Hello everyone, my name is SiC. Welcome back to Factorio. So today we're going to do a few things. We're going to expand all the way over here, and I want to do that by using laser turrets and flamethrower turrets, I think. We need to craft a bunch of these by hand though. But one of the things I want to do first is I want to automate the production of these particular materials because, yeah, I want to be able to be outside of the factory, outside of Roboport range, and I just want to be able to build some things. You know, every once in a while I want to slap down some solar panels, I want to slap down some accumulators, and I cannot do that unless I have these things automated, and I need all of the other ones automated anyway as well. So that is the first job of the day. So we're going to have about 15 of these machines all dragged out here like that, because we have some of the materials we need close at hand. And that is like, if we do it one up, that will be lined up with that one, I guess. So anyway, they're not difficult, and most of these, most of them require more or less the same material. So we're just going to drag them out like this, and we're going to provide them with the stuff that they need. Alright, well that is set up, and we now have all the materials required to make these poles by hand. Now all of these are requested, except for the substations. I guess we'll request about 50 of those as well, and that will be perfect. We still have a lot of robots flying around because I once again ordered them to, to make floors everywhere. They're a great use for that, you know. Takes a little bit of time, lots of power, but in the end you don't have to go across your whole factory to build up this shit. So really useful. Anyway, this is now set up. I guess we should mark this on the map somehow, but it's kind of messy. We'll just we'll do it, but it's not going to look nice. We'll have a tag like that. Like, I don't have enough space in the middle there, but I'll survive it, you know. Honestly, I should never have to walk this direction anymore anyway. But yeah, I did make a little manufactory for copper cables, just to have a dedicated source of it, because, well, we had a lot of, well, not anymore, but we had basically copper plates standing still here, and we had this whole line backed up. So I figured, well, why not put that to use and use it to make copper cables. And this is going to back up again because we don't request a ton of it. Only one slot per machine. And these ones are already full. They're not using it anymore. So this is fine. We'll have 250 of each on store. Then we'll have more in here and a lot of materials ready to be built up. Yeah, that's all good. So what is next? Well, I guess if we're here and we're doing things, we might as well make lamps as well. Because I'm a sucker for lamps, I want them to be automated, and we're busy with this stuff, we might as well. Right, what do we need for this? Iron plate, copper cable, electronic circuit. So we have that, and we have the iron plates somewhere. We should have them nearby somewhere as well. We'll find a little nook. Yeah, and this area just below here will do just fine, I think. We'll only need 5, and we have most of the materials that we require nearby, so we'll just set this up. Still by hand, like a noob, I know. But there's something satisfying about doing it by hand as well, actually. And then just like zooming out and, you know, look at what I've built, you know. Look at my works in despair. But anyway, yeah. I'll set this up and then we'll get back to expanding. And lamps are now up and running as well. So I just took the iron plate supply from here. I took the green computer chips from here, from the electronic engines, or electric engines, and then the copper cables are coming all the way from up here. So we're sharing this production line here, but that is perfectly fine because, like I said, all of this is basically a dead end, so it doesn't require constant throughput. These as well will have 250 lamps on hand, and yeah, after that, you know, they will just produce it as needed. Alright, so what else is needed? I think we're good to go. All of these can be made by hand, so that's really nice. All of this can be made by hand. I guess this is not being made because there's no RoboPort nearby. Exactly, yeah, that is right. So we can actually make these by hand as well. It's a little bit annoying because, yeah, they're... Can we make that work? Yeah, we can. Yeah, these will not show the ranges until they're built. Like, I cannot see how far the orange range extends and like, okay, do I need this like that? Yeah, I can figure it out now because of this one being there, but it's not super easy, right? So that is one thing that is slightly annoying, but it's something we can manage to make work. All right, so I guess at this point, yeah, I will make some storage chests because I'm going to go to an outpost and I want to dump all of this stuff in boxes, and then I'll pick it back up again later. But what I really want is I want to make a bunch of these things. Laser turrets, batteries, electronic circuits, all of these should be automated at some point, but for right now I don't think we can do it. We still haven't fixed up this situation. And that is something we should be able to easily do from range as well. Like at some point we need to get used to this. We will not be on the planet anymore, right? So we need to rely on bots. And this is a perfect little moment to test that out. I know that all of these things are in the production. I guess we'll have to split this once again, which is like, it's being split too many times, which is not great. I don't like it, but it's a stopgap measure. Later we'll fix up a proper supply of iron plates. Look at that one just ran out of energy. Alright, so it is already hooked up, so once it has everything that it requires, you know, we'll have a proper supply of steel, I hope. But later on we'll have something. I was thinking we could go up here or around here and make a bunch of electric smelters. We could make iron ore go there, then we'll smelt it directly into plates, and those plates will be smelted directly into steel. Kind of like how what we're doing with the computer chips over here. We'll do an on-site smeltery kind of setup. Anyway, I will continue making these by hand for a little while because I don't have the steel required to automate it at the moment. But later on we'll do it. Because, yeah, we're going to go ahead and expand like down to here, I think. Like we'll take this ridge line and we'll try to defend it. Oh, we have some angry boys in here now. Some really big biters, some very tanky dudes, and I don't have the materials. Like I researched quite a few attacks to do more damage, but look at that. That is just not quite enough. It's honestly kind of nuts. Right, we'll do it like that. We're a little bit closer, we can get some support. Honestly, I just need to knock out a few of these things so that we can create some breathing room. It's going to take some time. Yeah. And I'm slowly running out of ammo, so we'll do it the new-fashioned way. Laser turrets. Longer range, and yeah, more damage as well, I think. They just take a little bit of power, but hey, that power we're just dragging from up here. So, yeah, I can save my bullets for where it really matters, which is taking out those nests, and especially the worms. Well, we have cleared the last of this territory, and now it is just time to wall off this little area, and then we need to set up all the defenses. We need to run a train network out here to make sure we have repairs, robots, replacements and so on. Actually, we cannot replace these yet because we're not automating them, but you know, stuff like that is all the stuff we need to work on right now. It's going to take a little while. It's a little bit, yeah. It's a necessary part of the game. A lot of people play with biters off, but then I don't feel like there's enough of a challenge. So I always like to play with them on. But sometimes, you know, when I'm building walls and setting up constructions, to keep me safe. It can take a long time and it starts to become a little bit annoying sometimes, you know. But it's all part of the game. So we're not complaining. Alright, so we have some walls. We can pretty easily defend these actually if I just use these substations, which are really amazing. Just need a few, and then we can just build a bunch of turrets here. Maybe I can build a radar here as well, because we do need to see what is going on exactly. But I don't know. Oh, okay, I can make enough. That's nice. Right, we'll put 2 radars down here, and then we'll divide some turrets, I guess. We're going to have to make some more later, you know, but I don't want to bring ammo here as well. That's kind of annoying. So I want to see if I can do this with flamethrower turrets and laser turrets. That would be cool. While I'm waiting to be refilled, we can research the next thing. So we can do, well, there's nothing really too exciting in here. It's mostly just upgrades to what we already have and nothing really fancy. So we'll go for braking force, we'll take inserter capacity, which is always nice. We'll go from +4 to +5. Logistics 3, we're not even ready for that yet, but you know. Oh, lab research speed, that one will be nice, I guess. And we could put that one first, I guess. And then we'll leave it like that. Meanwhile, I'm just kind of stocking up on some things. Yeah, some things I need a lot of, some things I don't. We can set this back to 300 now that the conquest is done. I set walls to 0, so they need to be picked up, but all the other stuff, yeah, we could really use. So, yeah, I need to start running out some train tracks in this direction. And I need to make a ton of pump jacks, as well as a ton of laser turrets. And I need to grab batteries as well. Battery production is running kind of low. Because I'm using up a lot of accumulators. I've started the production of 2 large accumulator fields over here. And now we are working on solar panels in addition. Yeah, it's going to take a little while. This is taking up a lot of resources, but we'll suck some of these up because we do need them. Look at all this busy work. It's beautiful. Nothing special to show here. I'm just doing my research, still restocking, making laser turrets, but I just saw all of this movement. I just kind of had to show it off because it's awesome. Look at that shit move. That's just impressive now. Alright, well, we have some basic stuff set up. This is not the prettiest real network in the world, but it works. We have a train now automatically set up to pick up repairs and replacements. Though actually it is picking up a few things it shouldn't have to. But that's okay. I do need to set up this though. Especially the walls. And we'll bring some turrets anyway, because maybe we'll want to do that, and then we'll limit this to like that, and then this is going to be perfectly fine. I think we will have a decent supply of everything ready to go, and indeed we do. Perfect. So now it is going to go from here to repairs input south, which is, yeah, perfect, is what we want. So what I need to do, I need to start making a bunch of storage tanks. I need to make a bunch of pump jacks. I should probably wait here for a bit until I get steel enough to make the pump jacks that I need. I have 25 though, that is a decent amount. We have some crude oil over here. We have a lot of crude oil that we could pump out. But I guess we'll start with that one and see how it goes. I did notice that this one was fairly unused, but it's already empty. This was entirely full because when they get the choice between oil outposts and oil outpost, yeah, they're going to go to the closest one, and this one was always empty. The other one was entirely full, so I renamed this to oil outpost 2. So now we have one train going here, one train going there, and now we should have a decent supply again, and we do indeed. And then the lubricant is full, so this is not being used. So we could crack this into light oil, I suppose. Well, anyway, we definitely want to have more fuel anyway, because yeah, this is going to run into the same problem as before. We're just lucky now that we had a little bit of a buffer being brought in, but that's going to empty out again, just like before, because there is no more oil coming in than what we currently have. So that is something we're going to be working on now. Well, I hooked up the all outpost. I need to put radars here so we can see what's going on, but this is fully functioning. It's being picked up here by a new train and just brought to the oil input. So from now on, I don't think we should have any oil problems in the near future. Though we could probably stand to double this. Or we need to crack this into light oil. One of these two things. But in the meantime, I also hooked up these pump jacks over here. We have a little storage for that fuel over here as well. And those are hooked up to a few flamethrower turrets. So I'm just curious to see how this holds up. And we're going to trigger the aliens for a bit. Let's see if we can hold a full-scale assault. Look at that flame this is a perfect pocket for that flamethrower, man. Holy crap. Yeah, I think we'll be perfectly fine here for a while. Look at that. That is so fucking cool. Yeah, because of course, well, oh, and this is actually interesting. The use of the flamethrower makes more pollution, which is now probably going to trigger this base, and we're going to be attacked, maybe. We'll need to keep an eye on that. Yeah, interesting. I set up a little block for turning heavy oil into light oil. This, of course, also needs water, so I gave it its own pump to make sure that we never run out. Maybe this could, like, this one could maybe do both blocks, but it doesn't really cost any power. It just runs on its own, so we might as well, right? And the water also never runs out. Anyway, so now we have this fully running. We still don't have enough petroleum gas coming in, but maybe it's slowly coming to the right point. I'm not sure. We could speed this up as well. We could speed these up as well, maybe. That would be interesting, because yeah, we have enough oil now coming in. And let's just, yeah, let's speed this process up, right? Might as well. Give speed modules to all of these things, and then we don't need to build more. It's just already more efficient all on its own, which is great. That is what we want. And of course we do need to have some robots here to be able to put them, and we'll have to do this one at a time. Anyway, in the meantime, I am here to double the production of our red computer chips, because that is absolutely necessary. And also I built some roboports here so that now we can do this. Also very, very necessary. I'm fed up with this slow stuff. There's, no. We need to take care of that. Because, well, what we want to do here is I want to start working towards a yellow science. For that we need processing units, we need flying robot frames and low density structures. Now the flying robot frames are made over here, and we have a full stack of them. So we can take that away, and then we put, like, we can make science here maybe, or down below over here. We can also extend or expand this in the future. And after that, we only need to make a low density structures. And low density structures are also in here, yep. 20 copper plates, yeah, 2 steel plates and 5 plastic bars. They're expensive, but we also need tons of them for launching rockets into space. They are a requirement. So, that is definitely something that we will have to do. And I think, yeah, what we need to do here is we can use one of these, because like these ones, they're these are full. They're not being used to their full capacity. So we could take these away. For blue computer chips, we need 20 green circuits, 2 advanced circuits, and 5 sulfuric acid. So, yeah, that's a lot. We have two green computer chip manufacturers over here, and we can double this or maybe expand upon this, because this is of course being used for this stuff over here as well. But yeah, we need to make some space because all of these trees are in the way. Look at that, 1200 trees deleted, just like that. Oh, there's some electrical power poles that we need to take care of, that we don't want to remove. Yeah, all of this stuff, it was great for holding pollution at bay at first, but now we need the space for production. Well, we could destroy this stuff by hand, but yeah, this works as well. Like, this saves us some wood for the future, for when we need access to this material for making it is kind of stupid. Like, this is one of the first things you unlock, and you need them for so much, but you cannot automate them for a super long time until like late game. And that's something I figured they would fix with the expansion, but well, apparently not. Anyway, I'm going to let them remove all of this stuff, and then we're going to start building some blue computer chip production. And we now have blue computer chips being produced. Now, this is a bit slow, unfortunately, because yeah, it's just a slow process. Like, the late game stuff requires a lot of production so that you have a decent amount of materials to work with. But for now, I think this is going to be okay. It has all stopped because this belt is full, but the green computer chips are a little bit low. You wouldn't say that right now, but look at that. Like, we have two pretty empty belts, and that, well, that is also because we are now in trouble with our production up here. And this is another thing that we need to fix. And we still have yellow belts there somehow. How? That is crazy. Like, that little corner, somehow that got forgotten or missed. That sucks. Anyway, I think it's about time that we have a dedicated line of copper being brought over. Because yeah, that is definitely a problem right now. Where are you going for copper? Yeah, you're going over here. We need a second copper input. Oh, we need a separate train for this actually. How are these chests looking? They're pretty full. Alright, that is cool. So then we don't need to do too much. We can just hook it up. We need to make a train. We could put it on the station right here. Just put in the stations, you know, that it needs to go to, and we'll be all okay. I forgot we already had a train. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. We can have two trains going up and down. We need to make a proper production on this outpost, however. That is an issue. Anyway, we can actually combine these belts into each other. So we'll go like this, the same over here. What is that? Like that? No, hold on. Like that. Now we'll have it like so. We'll go underneath. That will go over here. That one needs to go like that. Like that. Alright, and then we just need to hook these up to our existing pipeline of copper ore, which is coming in from the miners over here. Not too difficult. We'll just set up that exact same system that we had over here. So we'll just put an underground belt right there. Right, we'll have this one go here, like so. And we'll go underneath. Turn this around. Alright. Perfect. This one can start here actually. That's going to be fine. We need to get rid of these rocks that are low health. It's just really annoying to me. Alright, so then that is solving this problem. So then we need to do the same over here. So we will have an input like so. Over here, like that. This one goes over here. And just like that, yeah, fix this one. We'll now have infinite copper ore here, essentially. Look at that. We have copper ore being brought over. And this is a problem in that we need to upgrade these inserters. But after that, our copper ore problem should be fixed for a long time. Look at the difference those arms make. This is full, that's half empty. Really, really good stuff. Alright, so with that out of the way, we need to start working on the next thing. So for yellow science, we need processing units, flying robot frames, and low density structures. So the low density structures are next. For that, we need copper plates, steel plates, and plastic bars. Now, plastic bars we have over here, and we have a whole new source of copper ore coming in, so we can make use of that. Yeah, the only thing that is missing is steel, but steel is also brought in over here somewhere, or if not, we can make it as well. We have some electrical smelters now, or we could make some electrical smelters. We're already making them for our science, I believe, if I remember correctly. Yes, indeed. And we put them in chests as well, so we can actually request them to be brought to us. And then we'll set up a little smeltery for the iron ore, or the iron plates. Well, I set up most of everything. Now all we need to do is hook it up. So yeah, that's what I'm doing here. I'm just dragging my belts with, what are these called again? Low density structures. All the way over to where I am making the yellow science, which is also down towards the south of the factory, which is right there. So it's not too far away, but yeah, it's also not super close. Let's see, do I want to? Yeah, I'll cut across here, I guess, like. Oh, that's almost basically the perfect height for it. Oh, but we should not forget that little bit of belt right over there. So, yeah, this works out perfectly. Alright, so we'll take this one over here and hook it up to the inner lane. This one is going to go down. And this one needs to go just to the side, like so. And with that, we have a yellow science up and running. So let me add a tag. Oh, this took a long time, but we are getting very close to going into space. Yeah, I think for sure our production needs to go up, but also part of the problem is just a lack of green computer chips, which is caused by a lack of wire, which is caused by a lack, well, not actually, we don't have a lack of anything. We could upgrade all of these into better manufacturing facilities, but we have not upgraded those yet. And this also needs to be faster, or we need more of it, I don't know. Well, look at that, that is weak. So we'll, you know what, we can put a splitter in here. The robots will take care of that for us. We'll go over here, underground, down, and into that splitter there. We're going to steal a little bit off of this production, which probably means we're going to have not enough production over here, etc, etc. This one is also being split over here. I think every single thing here is being split. So yeah, also I am making steel over here. I'm not sure if I already showed that, which is also really weak, but that steel is then being brought over here all the way down to make the low density structures, which also requires, yeah, a lot of this stuff, which is what we don't have enough of, right? So we're making copper wire, and then we're stealing off both of this to make the low density structures. They need their own dedicated support for this. But first and foremost, let us hook up that sweet yellow science, because that will finally get us to where we want to go. And once we get into space, we get access to some better technologies that we can use to really amp up the production of our factory. Alright, I think we're just going to go ahead and do it like this. I'm not sure if I can get over there. Yeah, I think I can. Yeah. Just need to think for a second, because yeah, we are making quite the beautiful spaghetti mess. I wouldn't have it any other way. But sometimes it is a bit tricky to get where you need to go. This is definitely not the main bus concept that so many people like to use. Right, we'll go this way. We'll go underneath. Oh, we don't quite make it, but that's okay. We can put another one in there. And yeah, this is definitely why it's important to always leave space in between everything that you do. Preferably a little bit more than you think you need. But yeah, the other science is in. Look at that. Now let's do some research, shall we? What do we need first that requires yellow? Oh, nuclear power we still haven't done. But yeah, that's okay. Space science, we need to get up there first. We need to make a space platform, which we can do, but haven't done so far. Personal batteries, Mark II. Yeah, that's right. That's another thing we can do now. I wanted to get towards Power Armor Mark II. For that we need a Military 4. And then we'll do this one, because then we can make Power Armor Mark II. It requires a lot of stuff, but it is going to be great. And I think we definitely want that as soon as possible. Because yeah, I skipped Power Armor 1. But we're going to go from this to a huge inventory grid. Meanwhile, iron ore is slowly becoming a problem. So yeah, we are not producing as much as we need. Look at these breaks in between. That is horrible. That is something we really need to fix. Yeah, there's not much we can do about it except what I already did. I went over here and created another outpost. Now we do need to fill up this entire patch with mining drills. But yeah, we have a little train station here called Iron Ore Mine. Trains can now go here, pick them up and then go back along this track. But we do also need to figure out a way for these trains to get into this area. Because now they're coming down here and then they need to go all the way around, which is really annoying. But yeah, there's no easy way to fix this because we have this loop set up and in between we built so much stuff, like there's no space to go with a double track. And I guess I should have done that right from the start instead of a single track. But yeah, even coming up from here, it's not useful. Like we could, like you could go over here this way, then you connect it down to here, but then you still have the problem of having to go all the way around. So, bit of an issue. Yeah. I'm kind of annoyed now by that fact. Like, how did I do this again? Oh, but meanwhile, Power Armor Mark II has now finished. What do we need? Low density structure, speed module, and efficiency module. All of those things we can easily get. So let's say we want to have, wait, this was 100 of the yellow, right? And 100 of the blue. We'll take that for just a second, you know. And then low density structures is something we need to pick up. That is not something that we can make by hand or, yeah, okay. Work robot speed, we'll research that next. But yeah, that's something I can pick up by the science. The science is down here. There's probably not anything backed up. But that's okay. I do need to get out of these pipes mess though. And as I predicted, there's nothing backed up. But we can stand at the start here and just soak up what we need, right? So that is absolutely no problem. We just need 30. So. That sweet power armor is done. Look at that. That is huge. So if we open this up, we can put this on our character. And we now look slightly different, I think. We have different looking power armor. But yeah, this thing, look at that equipment grid, 10 by 10. All of the stuff we had before just fits in there effortlessly. Yeah, we can create a bunch of new things. So we're going to get a personal roboport or two. We're going to get exoskeletons because speed is of the essence. Energy shields, 2 of those. We'll get some more portable solar panels and we'll get some personal batteries as well. And I think all of that should fit no problem. But it's going to take forever to craft. But that's something I can do on the background. So yeah, because we've been playing for some time already. Thank you so much for watching. Please do leave a like and a comment below if you enjoyed this content and wish to see more. And I will see you guys for whatever video I do next.